everyone, welcome to Homeschool Autism Life. My name is Jamie. Today's video, I wanted to share a plethora of ideas for when your children with special needs and you're homeschooling them, works with younger kids too, but when they're like getting done and saturated with paperwork, when your kids are struggling with, especially my son, he sometimes is having really bad days, and I know that pulling out paperwork is going to be a big fat zero on the willingness to do list. So these are very low cost. I bought these from a variety of different places. I will try and remember to tell you if it's not from Dollarama. We have a Dollarama in our town, and every time I happen to go in, I kind of peruse and look around to see if there's anything that I think might be something that he might enjoy and is low intensity on the writing, reading, anything that's going to trigger a response sometimes. So the first one is giant and big, and so I'm going to get it out of the way, but this is from a company within Dollarama, I think, because I've never seen it anywhere else but at Dollarama, called Montoy, something like that. And they have these ginormous, and I'm going to try and pull it back for you, ginormous dinosaurs that you can make with your kids, and it's just cardboard. It's not anything crazy, and they're $5 for this ginormous thing that is bigger than, well, it's big. And Darian loved building these. Now, when I say he built them, I built them, but he helped me punch them out of the cardboard that it was encased in, and then he would help me find pieces. Sometimes they have the numbers on the pieces, sometimes they don't, so that's something to just keep in mind. But they have three different types. So there's the Stegosaurus, the Triceratops, and a T-Rex that you can build. And we've done these probably 5 to 6 times. I have a menagerie of dinosaurs in my, like, on my shelf in my living room, and it is quite funny because I have 2 Tyrannosaurus Rex that look like they're fighting over this guy to eat him. So it is kind of funny, but that is, and he's gonna fall. I'm trying to put him okay, he's balanced now. Along that same theme, Darian does enjoy the dinosaurs, and so this is what the box comes in. And these ones are cheaper because they're significantly smaller, but these ones don't have the numbers on the pieces, so just be aware of that because that can be a thing. But this was $2.75 for this one, and it's a pterosaur. And yeah, it has a little stand that it sits on, and again, like they're a little bit less boxy, more, they have more round bodies and stuff than the other ones do. But it comes in different shapes and sizes. So these guys, I thought I could have 2 kind of hanging from my ceiling, if Darian was willing, and I thought so 2 of these would be kind of fun. And then there's another one that I grabbed, which is the Triceratops, and I think we've got a long neck Brontosaurus in his living room already. So we're getting a collection of dinosaur bits and bobs. Same deal, same idea, but he does like to paint these guys. So I found a Stegosaurus, and he's already done the Triceratops. And Darian loves to use every single color, including the white on the feet. So we have very color-tastic. So he does paint these, like they come all like fully assembled, of course, but I have to open the paint bins, and then this is all of his epic work. I'm sorry, I'm not showing you the blue tail. Horrible person that I am. Um, so that's something that I do for that. I did find this game, which I thought was a very interesting one, which was kind of puzzle, kind of face, and I can, with him, try and make those faces with him. So this is really, really good if you're doing the Sunrise program, because they're talking about always trying to bring attention to your face and get the kids to look into your eyes, and you praise them for that. And so this is a big one where you'll have a face that it's like just a game, but you can make faces with that, and then we could try. So you don't have to play the game exactly as specified in the box, but I think it's a very cool idea to be like, okay, like let's do, you know, these silly faces and make those silly faces. And I think it's kind of a fun thing. He does really, really good with puzzles. That was one of the things on his what do you call it, psychological assessment, that he was like, oh yeah, he's like amazing at puzzles. And I was like, yeah, that's part of his school, that he builds puzzles. So the next one that I wanted to show you, and that was $4.50. I forgot to tell you what this one is. This one was $4. So for a couple of bucks, I can get like activities that I can do with him on those days where he was like hard pass on school. This one, he does love the Ninja Turtles, and so I saw this. This one was $5, but it includes a cardboard cutout of Leonardo and Donatello, Shredder, shell razors, weapons, turtle shells, streets, crate blocks, stop sign, trash cans, stickers, a paper tape, and the instruction manual. And so it's got like all of that inside, so we can build. And I probably wouldn't do this all in one day or one sitting, but I would probably like build up a whole series of, and then we can play Ninja Turtles in whatever way Darian plays Ninja Turtles. We don't know yet. It won't be the normal way. I'll just put it that way. To go with his paint and stuff, I got one of these men that you can place in any particular configuration that you want. This one I thought he could paint, because these things have so much extra paint in them that I've always been like, oh, that's kind of a waste to throw it away. And this guy is $5, so I figured it was something that he could paint over and over again. He could give him new clothes, he could put him in different positions, we could try and practice the different positions that he puts it in. It just all depends on how Darian wants to play with this stuff. But again, $5. Oh, look at that. I have everything that I bought separate in a separate thing. So this one I also bought from the Dollarama for $4.50. As you can see, Darian has a clear love of dinosaurs and animals and stuff. So this one is more of a sticker book, and it's a little bit more challenging. So this is not the day that I pull out because he's fighting me on school. This is a book that I pull out when I have to run somewhere real fast and he's in the mood to do something. But it comes with this ginormous map of, yeah, little spots where the dinosaurs the sticker can go. And it's got all of the continents on it and where certain dinosaurs are found. It's very big. So it's like a poster size that he could theoretically put somewhere if he wanted. He won't, but theoretically you could. And then it's got like full on stories that you can read. I usually, because of my faith, I usually take out some of the millions upon millions of years and just read the information that I am like, yeah. But he has a whole bunch of stickers that he can play with, but these are the ones that fit on that big giant map that I was telling you about. And then there's another big map of animals that he can put the animals on, and those are the animal stickers that he has for that map. So this one will take us a good long while to go through, and again, it's very low demand, which is sometimes something that Darian needs. And again, for $4.50, I'm like, homeschool money well spent. These books I got from bookoutlet.com. And this one is a World Atlas sticker book. Again, like you can see, we've actually utilized a lot, but we have a few left to go. What we end up doing is we're talking about Canada, and we'll put all the stickers of Canada. We're talking about North America. There we go. Canada's in there, but it's actually a picture of North America. It's okay. I'm just silly. But we put all the stickers on, and then we're like, yay. And there's a little blurb about the North America, Central America, and the Caribbean. And then there's also some interesting stories of things that are found in that place. And then you move on to the next one. So for me, I look at it and go, again, low demand, but you're still learning, you're still getting new information that you might not have, and it's fun. This one, and I didn't say, but bookoutlet.com usually has really, really good prices already. I think the most I've ever paid for a book like this would be $7-ish, but I also usually buy it when they have their 20% off sale at the end of Christmas. So just something to be aware of. So Darian really has been enjoying doing some paintings of his own, copying, some of his own paintings. Oh my goodness, God. Being human. This one has a bunch of stickers in it of the specific paintings. And so this one I thought might be interesting for him to see if there was any new paintings that he wanted to try and copy. And so far we haven't really done anything in this book, but it's definitely something that I can take out on a day where he is like low needs. This one is not low needs, but he loves the Titanic. So I feel like it offshoots. It has some, it's called Boredom Busters Puzzle Activity Book, The Unsinkable Titanic. And literally, it has a whole bunch of information and stories that I can read to him. But then about partway through, he can figure out how to get this guy his luggage using the ropes. And you can't see it very well, but he has like a light green line where he followed the rope. What else do we have? Yeah, you're supposed to match the pieces of the ship with the ship's body, so that's that green line. We talk about it. It's again very, very low demands. Where do you think those things belong on the ship? So yeah, it's definitely something that, like, it's silly and goofy and nothing crazy, but also is something that he can do. I have special chalk crayons that he can use, and he likes it because when the chalk, it leaves a mark, and then I blow it off into the sunlight, and he thinks it's the most amazing thing. So that's the only coloring he does not mind doing. And so because it's the Titanic, there's a lot that I feel like he would be willing to do. You can draw your own. So again, all of this is so, like, I feel in the autism world, everything that you buy for your kids is, you know, it's a special needs thing. Therefore, the price goes significantly up, and because it's special. And I'm sitting there going, no, if you can get yourself to a Dollarama, a lot of these things are available, and you just have to kind of keep cycling through and looking through and finding what your kids would enjoy. There's a whole craft section. Let's say your kids like building wood items. There's things, and everything is $5 or under. Beading, I'm just like going through the list of things. Like there's some things that my son absolutely, there's no way he would do that. He doesn't care. He wouldn't want to do that. But this is definitely something that he's like, oh, this is what I get to do for school? Sure. And it's definitely a way to, again, keep building up that trust, because you look at him, and when you're doing like school, and like I said, if you have a school that does awesome with your kids, epic and awesome. That was not my experience. And so when we went to school, it was, this is how you have to live your life, and this is the rigidness of our schedule. And if you balked at it at all, there was issues and complications. And I don't want to be that for Darian. I want to build up his confidence and go, okay, you don't feel like doing A, then let's switch and do B. And it doesn't have to cost an arm and a leg. So I hope that this has been a helpful video for you. I've been like building a pile of these things waiting to make this video. So I'm glad it's done, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you have anything else that you love for your kids and it's like super inexpensive, feel free to leave it down in the comments with a link so that others can find the same joy that you have. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye.